This episode is brought to you by ERC, Employee Retention Credit. They specialize in getting money back for your business. Receive up to $26,000 per employee. It only takes 10 minutes to see if you qualify. Go to my website at lopezlasane.com, and on the top of my website, click the tab that says Get Money Back, or click the link in the bio. So don't wait on this. And the best part about this, it's absolutely free. No fees up front. You have nothing to lose. So go to my website or click the link in the bio and get started today. Welcome to another episode coming at you from cashflowwebsites.com. I'm your host, Lopez. Like, share this episode. So today I have a wonderful guest. She's a business coach for coaches and consultants. She helps businesses scale to 6-7 figures without ads. My special guest today is Jeanne Lore. So where you from?
I'm originally from California, but then I grew up in Australia, and then I lived in Europe for 8 years. Then I was in New York for 19 years. Then I was in Cincinnati for 6 years, and now I live in Tampa, Florida.
So how did you get started in coaching? Because to me, you're like the coach that coached the coaches. So how'd you get started, and how did that come about?
Well, actually, I first was not coaching just coaches and consultants and online service providers, which is what I do now. I started coaching almost 12 years ago when I was in New York City, and I originally was a life coach, but immediately with the life coaching, the first clients I ever had needed business coaching. So I was never really just a life coach. And then my coach said, well, you're actually a business coach. Every single one of your clients, you're helping them with the marketing and their business and making money and getting clients. Of course, there's some life coaching in there. It's always mixed. And I thought, you're right. So I was getting clients offline for 8 years in New York and in Cincinnati, but Cincinnati's not a very hot market. So I wasn't really thriving. And so 3.5 years ago, I restarted my life. I have 2 children and I'm a solo parent. And I was in deep debt, and I thought, I have to get myself online to figure out how to get clients where I'm not depending on my local area. So that's when the online marketing piece started. So I got online and I figured out how to get clients without ads, called organic marketing. And I got to $1 million in about 17 months or so. And everybody was like, how did you do that? I thought you needed ads. And I thought, no. Now, I'm not against ads, by the way, but I didn't do it with ads. And then I got recently to over 2.5 million in 3.5 years, also without ads. Of course, we're always testing ads, but I think I've gotten maybe 1 or 2 clients with ads my whole career by now. So that's how it all started, and we're growing it. And I'm just really invested in helping. I'm emotionally invested in helping people to thrive and get out of, lack of abundance and a lack of money, because I went through that for a long time.
You said a whole lot there. So what made you even come online? Because, a lot of people that have worked offline for some time, they're very hesitant to come online. They say, hey, I don't want to misrepresent myself. A lot of people are very hesitant, and some people, they don't want anything to do with online at all. So what made you even want to come online?
Well, I mean, as a coach, I understood that online is where you get freedom. Having to, as a solo parent, having to take care of my kids and dress up and go to networking events, that's a lot of time, lifetime, getting ready, driving, running back and forth. And I thought, I really need to get online like those other coaches. I wanted that. I want to just not have to do all that time wasting stuff, and also have access to millions of people not just go to one event, sit there, listen, get a couple cards, go home. It's very limited in leads, right? And very time consuming and not efficient. So I'm really into productivity and efficiency. And I thought, this is not efficient. So I really wanted to get online, but I didn't know what to do. There's just confusing for everybody. And I speak to people all the time, like, I just want to do it. I don't know where to start. So I figured out very simple ways to get clients online without all the funnel building and the email, list building and all of that stuff that people tell you have to do. That's overwhelming for a person that doesn't know any of that. So I'm like the shining light. Nope, you don't need to do all that stuff. There's simple steps to talk to people online and get them, as clients. So I've really simplified a lot of these things. I'm a really simple person and I hate complications and I'm not techie. So when I got online, I didn't even know how to use Zoom. That's how not techie I am. Literally, a friend of mine made a Loom on how to use Zoom. He's like, you're so bad. How am I going to do this? Okay, tell you what. I'm going to make a Loom video how to use Zoom for you. I said, great. That's how bad it had. So what I am is I'm that shining light. You don't need to be great at tech. You don't need to know how to use ClickFunnels. You don't need to know what a landing page is. You don't need to build your funnel or email. I show people very simply with nothing and no website even. And some of them have never coached before. So I help them create the offer. Yeah. So this for people is a godsend that I exist, that is like so simple. But of course, the people I work with, I have to believe in them that they can do it. I don't take every single person. I have to make sure that their offer will be able to bring in a decent amount of money, and they actually care about helping people. I won't work with people that just want to make a quick buck. That's not who I help. I help people that really want to help people, but they don't know how to figure out the piece of making it a business, or they're coaches that have been doing it a while and they just never got, a system in place for a steady stream of good leads to make it a sustainable business.
Yeah, I remember when I first came online, there was no ClickFunnels. You didn't have all this fancy software like we have today. The person that brought me online, basically, that showed me what to do, he told me start with one video. That's it. And just keep going. And then I didn't have a website. I didn't, he just said, hey, just put your phone number in your video and have them call you up. That was it.
So he practices what I say, which is the one thing. I tell people just do this one thing. Great, you've done that. Now do another one thing. And they're like, oh, I get it. Just one thing. It's like Karate Kid, wax on, wax off, right? That's what that movie was showing, that we complicate everything. It's just one action, wax on, wax off. One thing, next thing. So what happens is people want to run before they can walk. And I don't mean I hold people back. I don't mean that, because I get people further with my simple actions than all that complication gets them. So it's like, what's the highest impact action? What's the highest impact action that's going to get you that client? And it's not running around building funnels, because all of that's just filling up space and time and energy and paying for tech because they feel like they're busy. They just be busy. At the end of the day, do you have somebody on a call that's interested in working with you? If you don't, you got a problem on your hands.
Yeah. Because, back then, I was working a full-time job back then. So I created a 800 number and a voicemail system. And I had people call the number and they would leave a message. So I'm at work. I couldn't take all the calls. I couldn't.
Right. Wow.
So everything had to be simple. It couldn't be complicated. I wasn't even writing emails at the time.
Right. No, and that's the other thing. People are like, oh, but I got to build my email list first. And I say to my clients, why? You have nothing to offer right now. You're not even getting clients. How are you you're going to start writing emails about, let's say it's a business coach. Okay. So the business coach who has no clients is giving advice in emails. That's not really ethical. It's not ethical. It's not aligned. I'm like, well, how are you going to give them advice on how to do business when you have no clients? So wouldn't it be better if you went and figured out how to get clients, so then you have something to email them about? But I think there's this problem also, just sending an email, okay? Well, you shouldn't be sending emails unless those emails are super valuable. right? And you're actually imparting knowledge, how to do stuff or mindset or whatever it is you're writing an email about from a point where you've figured something out, right? So we have a bunch of emails being sent by people when if you ask them what is going on in your business, well, I don't get any clients, yet you're advising people in emails what to do. So that's a problem. I see this around and around and around. To solve that is get clients first. Don't do any of that stuff. Then when you have some actual knowledge and you have clients and you're doing it and you're helping people, then that's valuable. That's providing value then.
Yeah, there's a lot of that online. There's a lot of people teaching one thing, but they're doing something totally different.
Exactly.
There's a lot of that.
There's a ton of that. And the funny thing is, I still do every single thing that we teach our clients.
Yeah.
I do other stuff now because you know what got you here won't get you there. Yeah. But we're still doing exactly what we teach our clients and then other things. Okay, because you get other things. But we didn't stop doing that and just run ads and teach people something we're not doing, because that's also not aligned. There's some problem with that, right? So we're going to teach you something we don't do anymore. And we don't even know how to do it anymore. That's not good. It's kind of like people that only run ads, but they're teaching people how to do other stuff. And I'm thinking, well, you're running ads. So you're teaching people how to get clients without ads. Yes. But you're running ads. So you're not standing by what that's my point. We still do everything that I'm teaching.
Yeah, exactly. So how was the transition from life coach, the coaching coaches? How was that? Was it
okay? So I wasn't the life coach in a heartbeat when I first started 12 years ago. Was immediately business coaching, just by sheer first clients. They hired me and it was like they needed help with their business. And my coach said, "You're a business coach." So the life was life business right away. So then I became an executive coach as well. I'm also a servant leadership coach. And that was mixed in with coaching CEOs and their teams on productivity, communication, also some business. Okay. Then when I got online, I realized that coaches need so much help. There's so many million. I didn't realize there were that many coaches in the world. I thought these people don't know how to get clients. So I figured it out really quickly. I was like, okay, this is how we do it. I didn't want to run ads. I thought, I'm not running ads. That'd be a big waste of money, because you have to validate your offer organically, it's called, before you run ads. And even now, ads are harder and harder and harder. And ads, actually, I don't know if you know this, every year, Facebook ads become 100% more expensive.
Oh, yeah.
So every year it's compounding. So this year, the ads are a certain number. I think by the next year, they've doubled. And then, so they're doubling every year. That's how bad it's getting. So it's not like years ago. Now you want to do ads, you really need to have a budget. Like it's just pouring it. The ROAS, the return on ad spend, is lower and lower. So I'm a good solution for people that just want to be able to do it without ads. Of course, I'm not against ads. If you have a big budget, ads, it's pouring gasoline on it if you have a big budget. It takes a lot to figure that out. But so when I got online, I thought, wait a minute, these coaches really need help. And I was doing sort of more general business coaching, all sorts of businesses. And then when I niched down, it was just coaches, consultants, and certain online service providers like copywriters or digital marketing agencies or people like that I can help, because their own ads aren't working for themselves. I'll repeat that. Their own ads aren't working for themselves.
Yeah.
Right? So they're like, we need to do this organic marketing thing. I'm like, yeah, okay. Also, get better at doing ads while you're at it, and so they need help. So this is a big market, and a lot of people are coaching. More and more people want to coach like every day. And they turn up and they're like, I don't know what to do. I don't want to do all that. Great. Let's get you a simple start. So that was why there's a real need. And there's a lot of coaches never earn even more than $3,000 a month. A year. Like the majority of coaches never earn over $3,000 for the whole year.
I didn't know that.
And a lot of coaches earn nothing. Of the millions of coaches, a lot of those people, they get their coaching certification and they never actually might get one or two, maybe never a paid clients, or, $100 here. There's so many coaches. It's a shame because they put so much love and energy and time into wanting to become a coach and getting certified in something.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Are you tired of struggling online, not getting the results you want? Maybe you just need some help. If that's the case, go to kingofcashflowwebsites.com/secrets And the best part about it, you can learn from the best of the best. You can learn from some of the best marketers in the world. Plus, it's absolutely free. It's absolutely free. So don't wait on this. Go to kingofcashflowwebsites.com/secrets. Back to our Red Schedule program.
Cases, and they just think that certification will bring them clients because they don't understand business, right? I'm like, I thought I was going to get clients. I'm like, no, just getting a certification doesn't mean people are going to flock to you by, knowing that intuitively that you're, you know what I mean? They don't understand marketing. So there's a piece missing where they're getting certification and nobody said to them, okay, you also have to run a business. You also have to market your business. It's half of the business. Most coaches spend more time marketing than actually coaching. That's a fact. Most businesses spend more time. So that's where people need to be educated that it is a business, unless it's a hobby. As a hobby, that's not why you got certified, or it's not why you want to be a coach, because a lot of people are not certified, and that's totally fine with me because you don't have to be. There's this education piece missing. This is a business. If you want to treat it like a business, you have to act like it's a business and actually learn how to be a business person and learn how to market yourself, learn how to sell. That's the big eye-opener for people that don't understand that.
Yeah, you're right. Because, there's a lot of agencies out here. They know how to get a client, but they don't know how to deliver on what was in the deal. There's a lot of that.
Oh, now you're talking about the other thing. Now we're talking about other people that actually know how to market.
Yeah.
But they don't know how to fulfill.
Yeah.
So two problems. Great people who are great coaches who, yes, can get results. Talented. Awesome. Okay. They don't know how to get the client. So that's missing. But then you have other people that are great at marketing and terrible at fulfilling, and they're the people that burn people. So the two elements are great at what you do. You're going to fulfill your promise, get results, and the marketing. Those two need to be married together, and you have one or the other, it's a disaster.
Yeah, I worked with a firm that actually went out of business.
Okay.
Yeah, he went out of. Well, I knew he was gonna. I pretty much knew he was gonna go out of business. Mm-hmm. And of course, when he went out of business, that was the end for everybody. So it's this. So and that's when I learned that his situation wasn't unique. There's other firms out here doing the same thing.
It was really interesting, actually, because I was speaking with somebody yesterday, and he was working with this coach that I know of. I know the coach. And that coach had started coaching coaches about a year and a half ago. Okay, and I saw him pivot from doing something else, and he got a lot of business. He's really good at marketing. Okay, ton of complaints against him. People would be telling me, "Oh my gosh, I'm working with XYZ. It's terrible." And I said, "Well, that's because he's not a coach. He just started selling coaching." He's like, "They're like, you're right. He's not a coach." Now, just because you can sell something doesn't mean you're going to be able to do it. And I said, he learned some marketing tricks, and now he's calling himself a coach for coaches. I said, but he doesn't know how to coach. And they're like, you're right. He does not. Guess what? A guy that worked with him was on a call with me. And I said, well, he's not coaching anymore. And he went, what? He goes, it was terrible. We were burnt. We spent all this money, lots of money. And I said, well, there you have it. That's the story. People that are actually in it for the long run, like I've been coaching almost 12 years. I'm not a fly-by-night person that turned up. Then you have the fly-by-nights. They're really good at marketing. They go in, people work with them. Then so they go in, they make a lot of money. People all complain right, left, and center, and they go, okay, we're closing. They've already made a lot of money, and then they use that for another business. This happens all the time.
Yeah.
And this is why people are getting burnt, because these are not actually coaches. They're just positioning themselves as coaches. They know how to market. They're actually marketers who decided to say they're coaches. And they actually can't help people to do what they did because they don't know how to coach people on what they did. They don't know how to impart that. That's a problem. Exactly. It's a problem. And it's a problem for a lot of us because we keep hearing these stories.
Yeah, exactly. So how'd you have the confidence that, hey, I can do this? Because
do which part? When I started 12 years ago, or all the other hiccups I've had in my career?
Well, when you started 12 years ago.
Oh, well, I mean, I didn't know. I was just, newly solo with a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old in New York City. I had to do something. And I couldn't go get a job because I'm taking care of my kids. And I'm like, what do I do? I thought I got to find something. I actually originally started a children's blog, and that got me out there. And it was actually well known. But I wasn't making a lot of money with it. But it got me writing content. And people loved it. And it got me out there. I got invited to parties and it was fun. But I thought, oh, this is not going to make the money I need. A lot of work. But this is not going to make the money. So I started thinking long and hard, what can I do? And I thought coaching. I've always been good at coaching people. And then I got certified online at night when my kids were sleeping. And I just, and I also was like that. I thought, oh, I'm certified. I'm going to get clients now. I didn't think. I wasn't a business person. And I was speaking to a friend of mine, the only coach I'd ever met, actually. I didn't know a bunch of coaches, And it was his other mother. And she goes, oh, you're a coach? She goes, that's what I do. I said, great. She goes, who's your business coach? And I said, what? Your business coach? I said, huh? She goes, oh, well, just because you're certified, people aren't going to flock to you now. You got to market. I said, oh. She goes, yeah, now it's the business. And I said, oh. She goes, I could do that. I said, no. Who's your coach? And I hired her coach because she'd been doing it 10 years. Unfortunately, that coach didn't know about online marketing. That held me back. I wish that I'd gone straight for somebody that did online marketing coaching. I'd be in a different place right now. Wouldn't have had to do all that networking. Yeah. Can't think that way though. I live in no regrets. But I'm just saying, I could have saved a lot of trouble. That's why I try to teach people, get online now from the very beginning. You can shortcut all of that networking and all that dressing up.
Yeah. Yeah. So your kids were your why.
Absolutely. I had no money, newly separated in New York City with 2 kids in subways. I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? So it was really scary. I thought, okay. And I started getting, low paid clients. It's really hard fitting all that in, taking care of the kids. That's why I'm saying if I'd gotten online immediately, it would have been so much easier. That's my mission now, is to get people online immediately.
Yeah.
I'm going to go network. No, go network if you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Don't count on that, because that is so exhausting, and like hoping you meet somebody that's going to take your card. So I'm like a big, just get online. Oh, but it's so hard. No, it's not. I'm very emotionally attached to helping people, not save them the pain of all that, and save the pain of all this confusion. People are so confused. They come to me so confused. Jeanne, I'm so confused. I heard 5 different coaches. I'm like, let's talk. This is what gets you clients. Here's proof. Here's a client shot. So it's really about simplifying and advising people on the quickest path to cash and impact. That's my mission.
Yeah, because I've done all the offline presentations. Got people to show up. You bribe them with the food.
Yes, I've done that.
The alcohol. And then and it's always a certain. You're only going to get a small group of people that's going to show up. So out of 50 people, you might get lucky if 20 people show up.
Right. And then of those 20, how many people actually want your service?
Maybe less than 5.
Well, it's a lot, maybe fewer than that. So I'm saying it's a lot of work and production, and out there in the real world. Online, you have a steady stream of people there all the time. There is no limit to how many people you can meet online, whether it's ads or not or whatever. You don't have to leave your home. So when I was already positioned before COVID, what a godsend. I'd gotten online a few months before COVID. I'd already proven myself. I was already at 50K months, and people were already, I thought, wow, I'm so glad I was already online, because that would have been a complete disaster. So then more people were like, I got to do what you're doing, because now they were like, you're right, we do need to be online. Yeah. Especially during. So that was a complete godsend, absolute godsend. Yeah. So that's my mission. Get people out of poverty syndrome, out of I want to coach. Sure, let's help you do that. Simply from your laptop, wherever you are in the world. Also, a lot of people come to me because they want to travel. They're Jeanne, I want to travel, and I want to do this while I'm traveling. One of my clients came to me. She was working for a tech company. I got her to $17,000 in 6 weeks from scratch. She was able to quit her job in 4 months, move to Hawaii, and now she's in Europe traveling while she coaches.
That's great. So what made you go on LinkedIn?
LinkedIn. Well, I was originally on Facebook. And I got really good at Facebook, so I could show people how to get clients on Facebook. But then I thought, you know what? I get a lot of people that need to be on LinkedIn. So then I moved to LinkedIn as well. And I got really good at LinkedIn. And I thought, well, a lot of people actually also want to be on Instagram. So I'm big on Instagram. So we help with 3 different platforms. Whether no matter what you do, you can be successful on 1 or 2 of those platforms or all 3. So because some executive coaches, they have to be on LinkedIn, right? Certain people. So now we make sure that we can help people be on any platform of those 3 because those 3 work. Of course, there's TikTok, but already we know you're going to be able to be successful on 1 of those. If you want to be on TikTok as well, great. I'm not against it. But you don't need TikTok. If you're on TikTok, it means you can also be successful on Instagram, for instance. Yeah.
So how did you learn about SEO and organic traffic? Because back in the day, they didn't even call it SEO back then.
Okay, I'm not an SEO person. Let's be really clear. Okay. Search engine optimization, that's not what I do.
Okay.
No, that's SEO. I'm organic. Now, SEO is a sort of form of organic because you're not paying for it, but you are paying for it sometimes. So it's not really
time and energy.
Yeah. So I'm not a website optimizer. That's not what I do. I am the person that teaches people how to get clients on social media, not the website. The website, sure, we can help you do a few things, but that's not what we do. So say you're a coach. You say, hey, Jeanne, or you want to be a coach. Hey, Jeanne, I want to be a coach. Great. We work with you and we figure out whether you should be on LinkedIn. I just said this, LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram. We help you get clients on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram, but without ads. Without running Facebook ads, without running Instagram ads, without running LinkedIn ads, getting clients from your actual profile. That's what we help you do for free. We're not free, but the client acquisition is not paid. Makes sense? So I want to really draw a distinction. I am not an SEO person. That's search engine optimization. That's not what we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if people wanted to work with you, where would they go to?
They should go to my reviews page, which you put up right here, jeannemlore.com. Okay, and there's you can see all of our client results. You can book a call, or you can find me on Instagram. It's just Jeanne Malore. There's Facebook, Jeanne Malore. LinkedIn, just my name. You can always find me by that. If you want to get in a chat with me, ask questions. Love people stopping by. And yeah, that's really everywhere.
There you have it. Like, share, tell me what you think about this episode. Until next time, we're out. Peace.